Welcome back to Glenlarvan, and the first thing we're going to do, I have done, is swap field 8 over to carrots. So I ran a poll on this and carrots won, so that's what we're doing. There was a reason why I said I didn't want to do carrots, but we're doing carrots, so there is that. I desperately need to get the cows fed, so I moved them in the last video and I did not do what I said I was going to do afterwards and get them fed, and I have it running on half time because as soon as it crosses the hour, which it's probably going to do anyway, they will take a hit on their health. What I should have done, put food in first. So I think by this point, yes, I have edited the feeding so that in the silage category, I can now use all 3 types of silage that we've got. So I've just added it to the silage group because that felt like kind of the best way to let me use everything that we've got, but keep it flexible, rather than adding an extra group. I thought that was the best option. So we're not going to open the bunker up yet. We're going to save that until we need it, and if we don't need it, we'll just sell it. Same as we're going to do with the grass silage bales that are in the field over there. So, the other thing, I had planned to delay harvesting when the field was potatoes, I think. I had planned to delay it into December to get this price, but carrots have to be harvested in November, so we are going to have to make a start on harvesting them. And I'm going to use a mod that's on King Mods that I spoke about on the console video, which is an edited Grimmy Rooster, and it makes carrots very easy, and we will talk about that more a bit later. So far, bale of grass silage, bale of whole crop silage. I need to move the fear out of the way so I can get to the hay. And we're going to do some brewer's grain and some potatoes. Give them a bit of variety. They do still have the issue that we don't have enough space in the sheds, so I do still plan to do an edit to the equipment shed that we have so that it can hold cows. We just haven't done that yet. It's some of you probably know, it's been a very busy few weeks. A lot of spare time. Work's busy. A lot of my spare time at the weekend went into decorating, and this evening I'm going to be doing more decorating, so things might slow down a little bit for the next week or so on here while I get that job finished. I've got to have it finished by the 14th of December, I think. We're away for a week of that, so I need to get that finished before we go on holiday. So I've got this week, the weekend, and next week to get all of the painting and stuff finished. Then we need to get a new carpet fit, and hopefully we can get that fitted in the week before the teenager comes home. Yeah, so I guess the other thing, I am going away for a week in the first week of December, and there will probably be no or very little content. I don't know how much I'll even be online, so yeah, we're having a winter break to West Wales, which is going to be really nice. Yeah, looking forward to that. Right, so far we've got in about 1,400 litres each of brewer's grain and potatoes. So we'll now put some hay in to turn it into a valid mix. Yeah, life's really busy at the moment. I hadn't actually planned to go into work this week. I was planning to work at home all week, but because I didn't get everything finished last week in the office that I needed to, I had to go in yesterday, and annoyingly, so it's Wednesday today. on Monday night, Joker was having a really bad night for his dementia, which meant I didn't get much sleep. There's been kind of an unfortunate combination of events. Mrs. D's been really struggling with her pain and fatigue since the weekend. So she was taking some extra strong medication to knock her out at night. And then, yeah, Monday night, Joker had a really bad night for dementia. So he needed a lot of comforting. And that meant I didn't get much sleep. And then I had to get up and drive the hour and a half-ish to work and do a day at work and then drive home. So I was exhausted last night. We got takeaway delivered from the chip shop, and then I just kind of zoned out for the rest of the evening playing Timberborn. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. They need food. Just go feed them. Basically need to fill up the feed troughs on both of them. So this apart from my improvised shed, which we've just driven past, these cow sheds are some of my favourite in the game at the moment. So they are a good price if you're buying them to place them. They're the ones that we had on Maypole as well. I just like the layout of them. So I did edit them so they were green to match the sheds that were here already, and I've also moved the slurry trigger, made it bigger basically, so that it extends out into the gap here, so that when we're doing slurry work, if I'm using auto drive, it's slightly easier to get it to hook up. And kind of figured that was just simulating having a pipe coming out of the slurry pit. So yeah. Speaking of which, the manure system released. I think it released last week, maybe. I'm not sure if anyone's using it. It was never a mod that I used extensively because the pipes always seem to have really bizarre physics in 19. And I remember, so we're going to get a new straw blower. The Teagle Tomahawk released a couple of days ago, or a day ago. So we're going to give this a try. So many options that you can connect it to. I'm going to go with using it on the Manitou. I did ponder getting the front loader option so that I could just run it on any of the front loader tractors, but we're going to use it on the, not Manitou, Merlot. It's because the shape reminds me of Tom Pemberton's Manitou, I think. Manitou. Anyway. Yeah, we're going to give this a go. Because it's a bit different. And when we moved away from Maypole, I sold the Warzy that we had. So yeah. What was I talking about? I don't remember. Oh well. Manure system. Yeah. Yeah, in FS19 I used it once, but I always have memories of watching VF use it, and particularly on his multiplayer on, I think it was on Sandy Bay. You know, people having pipes that somehow stretched the entire length of the map when they bugged out a bit, or, you know, kind of sent them catapulting across the map. And that always kind of put me off. And so I don't know if any of you guys are using it in FS22, whether it's better or not. I'm curious about that. And the one time I used it on Oak Hill. I always get confused between Oak Hill and Oakfield. I think it was Oak Hill, the Lancey Boy map, because it was listed as a required mod for that map. So, and yeah, it was kind of cool having to hook up the slurry pipe to the tanker when you were using it. So, would be yeah, curious if you guys are using it and how it's behaving this time. There are mods coming out for it as well, which is kind of interesting. So, right, let's grab a few straw bales out, because this thing does say that it says it can load itself. I was curious if it had any sort of auto load, or if it was just that you can kind of scoop the bale up. So we're going to have a go at that. I did for a moment get excited that I think I talked about this on the Vanny the Old Farm video this week, that maybe I could have used this on console, but they are PC only, I guess, because of the brand at the moment. So yeah, and I don't actually need a straw blower on there, but there's also a really nice manure spreader. We might actually swap the manure spreader over as well. So yeah, the downside is that this shares controls with the boom, so you have to do a fair bit of, I was going to say tabbing, but G'ing to switch between which control group you are on, which is a little bit of a faff. And yeah, I did not manage to pick a bale up. Spoiler. But so, although it says it can load itself, I guess maybe if you've got them lined up against a wall, maybe if we line some up against the back side, you can't see me pointing along the back of that shed there, you know, then maybe that would work. But they'd kind of be in the way, so I don't know. I don't know, but yeah. And the other possibility is just my bad driving, but that's very unlikely, isn't it? Very unlikely. So yeah, I end up giving up and jumping in the Z-Tour to load it up. So once we've done this, I am going to get into harvesting the carrots. If you did not watch the Old Farm video or PC Gamer Tries Console, you should go watch it because it has the details of the giveaway that I'm running until the 27th to get a copy of the premium expansion and the Horse DLC on PC. Go watch that video if you haven't already, I guess. So yeah, I think that's going to be how I'm going to load these up, more than likely. Maybe I can get better, get good and all that. But yeah, we need a straw blower on here. This is not one that you can just put bales in, so the improvised shed you can, so we'll keep doing that. I do need to get that marked out as well. And yeah, the shed that I'm talking about editing is the one you can just see the corner of maybe through the back of this shed. Had a little bit of a faff getting it to find the right spot. There we go, that'll do. And yeah, it does shoot quite a long way. It's very, very reminiscent of the one that Joe Seal has. And this is a trailed one, but trailed is a 3.1. No, maybe a 3.1 actually. Yeah, it might be a 3 point. I haven't watched Joe Seal in a while, so not sure. I kind of stopped watching him and Ollie Vlogs a while ago. Yeah, there are only so many hours in a day to watch YouTube, so I stopped watching them. I think I got a bit fed up of Ollie whinging so much, which is kind of amusing because I whinge a lot. And I'm still very behind on watching Tom Pemberton as well. And so this tractor is very damaged. Now, I don't remember if it was me that left it like this or DS Agri. For both of us, including me, I made a mental reminder that we should not let them get this damaged and we should repair them, because it costs way more to repair them when they are fully damaged than when they are a little bit damaged. So yeah, no, £8,000 repair bill on a tractor that's probably worth not much more than that. Anyway, so we have the Grimmy Premium DLC Rooster. I'm going to lease it, and I think that was the right choice. And the reason I think it's the right choice, this was too easy. If you want an easy way to harvest root crops for the new DLC, this is currently the way to go. So it's on King Mods. It holds 25,000 litres, so it holds almost four times more than the actual mod, or the original base game piece of kit. And yeah, it doesn't require a topper, which I think the base game one does. And it's just, it's got some errors. You can see there's some missing L10N text in there. And yeah, it's too easy. So I used it to do the headlands. Next time we're going to be using one of the DLC ones. Probably one of the 3.1s. I haven't decided if I'm going to do the boxing one or the one that loads into a trailer. I might go the boxing route because although we'll get a lot of boxes, the price gets much better in December. So kind of my thinking at the moment. But yeah, this just makes it too easy, I think. So if you want easy, this is great. If you want easy and large scale, I believe Mark commented on my again on the Valley of the Old Farm video that he has submitted his edited harvester to Giants, so that may end up on ModHub, hopefully. Obviously be patient, mod testing takes a long time, etc, 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 no release dates, all that stuff. If you want it now and you're on PC, it's on his Discord, but if you're on other platforms, there's light at the end of the tunnel, maybe, assuming Giants let it through. So but yeah, this I found this too easy. It was really nice for a Monday after work because it did make it nice and easy, but it doesn't fit in with how the rest of this Let's Play works. So we will be reverting to one of the DLC bits of kit, which do make it a bit harder. So, the other thing is that I also found that Auto Drive didn't seem to recognize it as a harvester for karting, which is different to my experience with the DLC ones. With the DLC ones, it recognized it as a harvester, it just didn't work very well. So that was interesting, because the theory was that I would have Auto Drive karting and running up to the sell point. These are going to the export, which is the one I normally go to, and it's quite close. So with the large capacity of the harvester and the distance, it was actually possible to unload into the trailer and it could go sell and get back before I was full, pretty much. So yeah, but this just felt too easy for me. So for here, this probably has a place on Saxthorpe, I think, where, you know, having something like this would be really good for doing the volume of crops that we're going to be doing on there if I get into planting with the premium DLC. So expect to see it on there maybe, but not on here anymore after this. So kind of made the decision after I finished playing. So yeah, I think I was sort of pondering it yesterday as I was working. I spent pretty much my entire working day yesterday reviewing documents, which mind-numbingly boring, particularly when you're exhausted and have a headache. I almost canned yesterday, actually. I almost, about lunchtime, I was very tempted to take a sickie and go home. Instead, I went to the gym, and that kind of relieved my headache a bit. So, got through the day, got the job done, almost, which is good. The other stress that we've had is on Monday night. Yeah, Monday night, the teenager had her first car accident, a very minor one. She backed into someone at a petrol station, but obviously she's never dealt with that kind of thing, and trying to deal with, you know, insurance and stuff via a several 100-mile gap was a bit stressful. She got it sorted in the end. Really super proud of her. I think I've spoken about that. She's really quite autistic, and yeah, she got it done. So it's really cool. I was really proud of her. There was no real damage to either car, and the other party did get in touch and say they weren't too fussed about going through insurance, but by that point we'd already told her to go through her insurance just in case, you know. My view is you never know if a few days later these people are going to wander into A&E with a bad neck and suddenly you're in trouble with the insurance because you've not reported an accident and all that kind of thing. So but yeah, she's okay, cars are okay, and she got it sorted. So I was very proud of her. She also got her first marks back for her first assignment, and think it must be about a 2-1 level grade she got. So again, super proud. She's doing really well. It was kind of scary her going away to uni because of her neurodiversity things. So she's doing really well. She seems to be having a great time, which I hoped she would, and she is. But yeah, yesterday we were trying to help her sort that out. It was kind of tough being far away. It was one of the first times actually that I've really felt that distance. So, anywho, harvester is full, and we're going to send the tractor off to tip. The price is not great, but I do not want to be storing these. So, and I know Kartek, I have your mod to look at. So he's updated his bio bunker storage to take the new crops, and he sent it to me, and I have not looked at it. I am a bad person. So, actually thinking about that as I was driving home yesterday, it kind of sprung back into my head. Because what I might do is place it in the field at the bottom there. Then we could use the trailed one, because basically I need to keep them until December. So. And yes, I do have crop destruction turned off, because otherwise this harvester would not work. I guess you could have narrows on it, but it feels to me like tractor on narrows would probably struggle to pull this thing. So yeah, again, it just adds to me not wanting to use this on here anymore. Yeah, and generally on here, I have crop destruction turned off because of the multiplayer aspect, because not because I don't trust people not to drive in the crops, but lag. You know, I often experience significant lag if I join the server from my laptop. If I join it from my desktop, it's fine. If I join it from my laptop, I do have some lag issues because it's connected through Wi-Fi. And no, I cannot connect my laptop to wired when I'm playing on it, because the router is a long way from where I sit. For the sake of the few hours a month that I might join the server on my laptop. But that's why crop destruction is turned off, because if other people have that issue and, you know, they lag through a field full of crop, I don't want to lose all that crop. I really dislike how this junction is set up with auto drive. So I had tried to fix it by having a two-way normal route through here, but it still seems to pick up on the secondary route that goes into the field. So that's the first trailer load sold, so about $2,500. I think we are probably going to make, if the yield indicator is correct, about £30,000 off of this field, which is not bad. We'll because I'm going to probably keep the rest of the crop once, if in the next video we'll get a little bit more selling it in December. But yeah, I think I could maybe put the bale bunker in the corner down here in front of us, because I plan to split this field up anyway, and because the bottom corner is slightly flatter, I think that's where I'll put the sheep pen pasture. So temporarily or permanently having one of those bale bunkers down here is not going to be a bad thing. I might keep some of the carrots for feeding the sheep, because they are something that we can feed to them. So yeah, I think we might keep some of them. So I'm still undecided if I want to box them and mess around with the boxes, or if I want to use the trailed one that drops in a trailer. I'm leaning more towards that, having remembered that Kartek sent me the bale bunker to test, so which I will try and do this weekend, or before this weekend. So as I say, my plan is for the evenings I need to do an hour or so decorating every night, which takes an hour or so away from me playing video games. Being an adult sucks, you know? Being an adult sucks. What was the other thing I was going to talk about? I don't think you care about running that much, so I probably won't. I've got a new training program for my running, and it's a little bit less but more frequent, and so that's another thing. So, yeah, I don't get as many days off or mornings off from running, although this morning I'm still taking the medication to help with my Originally they were to help with my headaches, but they kind of help with my mood as well. So, and they make me sleep a lot more. So I did not get up so early, so I did not run before work. So that's a lunchtime job between meetings, which sucks. Having a day full of meetings sucks. So it's before work at the moment. So I am the wrong end of about 6 hours sat on virtual meetings. So yeah, did have auto drive set up, and it just didn't want to kick in to do that. So like I say, with how easy the harvesting is, having to manually bring the tractor over to unload and then send it off is not really the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I'm going to say thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members at this point. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. You are all awesome. If you're interested in any of that, there's a join button for YouTube below, but I would recommend you using Patreon instead. If you go for the £5 or above tier, you get access to the intermittent multiplayer on here. Probably most weekends it's up. I say maybe at least half usually. It wasn't online this weekend. And if you any of the tiers, no, it's the £5 or above tier again, you get access to the exclusive Let's Play series on there, which at the moment is on Bally Spring, and there is also an entire series on Furling up there. So yeah, if you're interested in any of those, you could do that. But I decided I'd done enough headlands and I was going to start cutting in, but say when I come back next time, we're going to swap the harvester. We'll return the lease on this one, and we will pick up one of the DLC ones. Last load being tipped. So yeah, I'll say thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comments, questions, or suggestions below. As I said, I know the harvester was a bit too cheaty, but not cheaty, a bit too easy, so we are going to be swapping that. And if you're new to the channel, think about subscribing. If you're interested in the giveaway, go and check out yesterday's Riley the Old Farm PC Gamer Tries console video. That giveaway is running until the 27th of November 2023. You have until Monday. And I will see you guys next time.